Coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Valkyries, the Fever now face the Phoenix Mercury in the final stop of their grueling 3-game West Coast trip. With playoff implications hanging in the balance, this showdown quickly turned into an all-out war where big shots were made.
Leaves it. A Makani triple. Oh, man!
And former friends became bitter foes.
You see Caitlin Clark to the right behind the coach coming out and John and DeWanna Bonner.
What follows is the full breakdown of this intense matchup, and with that, let's dive straight into the action. The Fever opens up the game with a pin down to ball screen action between Kelsey and Natasha Howard.
There's that pick and roll and Howard getting that one to drop.
Kelsey then fakes the DHO, and instead she drifts into the corner and drills her first 3 ball of the game.
Mitchell tees it up, bringing down rain.
After a 5-0 blast, the Fever got sloppy, giving away the ball on the inbound, with Alyssa Thomas cleaning up their mess.
There it is, and Thomas takes advantage, just bulldozes her way to the cup.
Now noticing that there's a mismatch underneath, AT lobs it up to Kalea Cooper for the easy finish. With the ball game even at 7, Kelsey Mitchell comes off from a zoom action and steps back for separation to sink the elbow jumper.
Victory for the Mercury. Oh, Boston sets a mean screen right there, and boy, I guess.
Lexi tries to sneak one in the following possession, but Natasha Mack was there to shut her down.
He's a lefty. Oh, look at that block by Mack, and she continues.
But despite that, Kelsey continues to wax hot, splashing this tough 3 coming off a handoff from AB. Now on the other end, Thomas attacks the middle and gets a quick push shot to drop.
Switching hands, floater, true for AT.
With the Mercury having the momentum, Whitcomb whips a nice bounce pass to AT off a pick and roll to bring their lead up to 5.
What a feed from Sammy to AT.
Meanwhile, Lexi attacks on the other end, and when Sabali stops her, she pivots and goes for a tough fadeaway that would make Kobe Bryant proud. Then,
hawked by Sabali, tough stick for Hull.
Then moments later, she gets crafty on the closeout, using her footwork to get the step through against DB. However, Bonner responds right back with a 3 on the corner, which was countered by Kelsey with a stop and pop from the top of the key. And to round up the quarter, Whitcomb drills a step back 3 on the buzzer.
Difference between game and shot clock. Whitcomb, bam!
Despite Mitchell's 15-point offensive outburst, the Mercury takes a 2-point lead after the first 10 minutes of action, and to open up the second frame, Brianna Turner frees up Lexi with a back screen to hit the corner 3 off the baseline. Inbounds play on the other end. DB curls above the stagger screens and sinks the 13-foot midi on the run.
Catch and shoot for Bonner, you bet.
Down by 3, Sims engages in a screen and roll decoy that turns out to be a high-low action between Howard and AB. And without sending an extra body, Boston spins around Mack and finishes with her left.
Boston wants it inside. What a move by Boston.
On the other end, DB downhills the smaller aerial powers, and on the last second, she pulls the brakes and uses her length to get the extra step, plus the and 1 bucket. The back and forth continues as both teams refuse to let the other pull away. Off the miss, the Mercury runs on the break, and AT finds the leaking DB for another and 1 finish.
The other way, Bonner running the floor, stepping through. She'll go to the lineup.
And after Howard feeds AB on another high-low, she eats Mack on the block once again. However, that was the last time the Fever dropped a field goal in the quarter, as the Mercury turned the heat up in the last 3 minutes. With the Fever scrambling in this possession, Whitcomb swings the rock to Satu Sabali for the wide-open 3 at the wing. Then, with Sims doubling in this possession, AT sprays it to Whitcomb, who returns the favor.
Whitcomb catch and shoot, splashes it home, Sammy.
On this horn set, Whitcomb finds AT off the blitz, and Thomas just flicks one in to beat the shot clock. And right before the second quarter ends, Makani deflects the ball and drills another 3 at the buzzer to cap off a 10-0 run.
Makani triple. Oh, man!
All of a sudden, the lead blows up to 13, with the Mercury leading 54-39 at the half. And with the Fever facing a similar situation, they work their way back in the game, coming off the locker room. To start third, Howard kills her dribble at the nail, and with no one to pass to, Lexi suddenly bolts inside the lane and lays it in to save the possession. Now, when Cooper attacks the basket, Howard helps out and rejects her attempt.
Look at that block by Howard.
And on the other side, Mercury taps the ball to the wrong girl, and Kelsey made them pay with an 18-foot midi. And in the following possession, AB plays the 2-on-1 perfectly by rejecting Mac in transition.
Now, ooh, Boston.
However, their momentum was cut short when the Mercury found Sabali on this sneaky play off the inbound. With Mitchell attracting two bodies, she throws a nice pocket pass to the wide open aerial Powers underneath.
Quick off that dribble. Oh, what a pass. Leaves it inside for Powers.
But just as the Fever is closing in, the Mercury has answers once again as Whitcomb sets up Mac on the slide after luring AB.
Oh, what a pass. Oh my goodness, Sammy's had a couple really sweet.
Despite being down 15, the Fever fights back, grabbing a steal on this sequence, leading to a cherry-picking Kelsey on the other end. And when the Mercury fails to secure the board, Turner flings it to Sims, who then splashes it from deep to bring the lead down to 10. With 10 minutes left to play, Dantas opens up the fourth with a tough bucket on the post. But when Lexi gets called for a foul on the other end, things quickly heated up between Caitlin and Bonner as the former teammates exchange sweet nothings.
DeWanna Bonner says, yeah, it was a foul. And Clark is saying, no foul.
Inside the court, the Fever keeps battling, with Dantas looking for options in the high post. She locates aerial Powers, sneaking on the baseline, and that leads to a bucket and a foul, trimming the Mercury's lead down to 9. Next, Lexi steals the ball on the other end and laces a 3-ball on the break.
That's the way you run it if you're Indy.
And as 3 defenders gravitated to AB, she finds Powers on the nail, who then lasers it to Turner, and the big gal finished it on reverse. Down by just 6, the Fever's energy has completely shifted, and on this sequence, they forced a shot clock violation, and on the other end, Powers made the defense pay after doubling AB by hitting the free throw jumper.
There's the double. Powers fakes and hits.
However, the Mercury stood their ground, and with AT trapping AB on an island, she bolts hard to the left and spins to the other side before dropping her patented right hook.
AT fading back and scoring.
And with Kelsey rimming out this 3, Bonner takes advantage of this miss by cutting underneath and scoring the easy stick back. The once 6-point lead has doubled back to 12, and even though the Fever fought till the very end with Kelsey and Lexi hitting shots late, the lead was just too much to overcome as the Mercury holds on to an 85-79 win.